Hello YouTube, this is Operation At Dawn We Slept, Commonwealth 4. Commonwealth has 19 to spend, it's spending 18, 2 transports and an artillery, saving 1. From a combat perspective, a couple of combats in the Pacific. The cruiser is going to go to 61. It'd be joined by a fighter leaving from an airbase, 1, 2, it'll have 3 left, and then the destroyer will go to 55 along with a fighter, which will go 1, 2, and have 3 left. There's a non-combat move there. There are no more attacks, so I will go ahead and roll this out. But before I do that, when I filmed Britain 4, after the fact, I realized that the UK, the Japanese tech was advanced radar, and so therefore, when I rolled the inherent AA for the facilities, I should have rolled a 2 versus a 1. I did 3 of damage, so it wasn't that big a deal, but I didn't roll the right dice to attack my bomber, so I'll roll that last. So now, if I think about it, the first battle for C-Zone, what is this C-Zone? 61, I have a cruiser and a fighter versus a destroyer. So that's 2 3s for me versus the 2 for the Japanese. So I'll roll that all together. And look at that. No hits around the board. My dice rolling is just absolutely terrible, and kind of it's been that way for 2 games. All right, 2 hits and no hits for the Japanese. So the Japanese destroyer in 61 is destroyed. So now I'll do C-Zone 55. In that battle, I have a destroyer and a fighter against a Japanese destroyer, so I have to roll those separately. Two hits. The return fire. Miss. You see that? Yep. So the Japanese destroyer is done. So now I will roll the inherent AA. And hopefully it will be a miss, so I didn't undo that, but let's see. Of course, it's a hit. So what that means is my bomber was actually shot down. So bye-bye, British bomber. And the factory in Kwaichow has no damage. Sorry about that, Psycho Smuck, but in a live game, we would have caught that, I'm certain. But when you're doing this by yourself, sometimes you make mistakes. All right, so non-combat moves. The transport in 62, it's gonna go to 63, pick up the guy, come back to 62. The 2 planes are gonna land back in Queensland. Let me just see something for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can only go 1, 2, 3. The planes can go 4, but he can't have a place to land, so I am fine there. Okay. All right, so over here on this side of the board, the fighter in Cairo is leading from an airbase that has advanced ATC, so advanced radar, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll land on the carrier in 39. The 2 infantry and the artillery in Egypt or Cairo will move to Transjordan. Say hello to the German patriots are the German forces in Syria. The artillery in Anglo-Egyptian Sudan will move to Egypt. We still have to do the French. The transports in 91 will pick up the 2 infantry, the tank, and the artillery, and go visit the newly found American colony in Norway. They'll go 1 into 104, 2 into 110, 3 into 112, and drop off 2 infantry, a tank, and an artillery in Norway. So let's see that. So I put the 2 infantry, the tank, and the artillery from Commonwealth in Norway, and the 2 transports into 112. Any more Commonwealth? Those Commonwealth are there. This Commonwealth moved. This Commonwealth in Italian Somaliland will move 1 into Ethiopia. Okay, let's do France. The 3 French guys in Algeria are not moving. The 2 French guys in London are not moving. The French infantry in Anglo will move into Egypt. And that's kind of it. So deployment, 1 transport will go into Sea Zone 71 off of South Africa. And as well as the artillery will go into South Africa. And then the other transport will go into Sea Zone 62 off of Sydney. From an income perspective, Commonwealth is at 16. Does that make sense? It does make sense. But it does have 1 NO, which is Italian Somaliland. So it will collect 17. It saved 1, so it will have 18 to spend next turn. I think we are done with UK France. Oh, sorry. The French destroyer in 81 is going to go 1 into 98 and 2 into 99 and hang out in convoy our German friends in Syria and Greece. So from a disposition of troops. So in New South Wales, sorry, one more move. The artillery in Queensland is going to move down to Sydney. So in Sea Zone 62, 2 transports. In Sydney, I have 2 artillery, 2 infantry. If anyone has an issue with me moving the artillery down, let me know. I can move it back. It's not a big deal. So in Sydney, 2 infantry, 2 artillery. In Sea Zone 61, there is a Commonwealth cruiser. In Queensland, there are 2 infantry, 2 AAA, 2 fighters. Sea Zone 55, there is a Commonwealth destroyer. In Burma, there's a Commonwealth infantry. In Sea Zone 39, there's a Commonwealth fighter on the UK aircraft carrier. In Transjordan, there are 2 Commonwealth infantry and a artillery. In Ethiopia, there's a Commonwealth infantry. Sea Zone 71, there's a Commonwealth transport. Union of South Africa, there is a Commonwealth artillery. In Egypt, there is a, wait, what is that? In Egypt, there's a Commonwealth artillery and a French infantry. In Sea Zone 99, there's a French destroyer. I said South Africa, there was an artillery, and Sea Zone 71, there was the destroyer. In Algeria, there are 3 French infantry. In London, there are 2 Commonwealth infantry and 2 French infantry. Sea Zone 112, there are 2 Commonwealth transports. In Norway, there are 2 Commonwealth infantry, a Commonwealth tank, and a Commonwealth artillery. think that is it. So on to Germany 5. Game's getting interesting. Thanks.